Community leaders in places like the South Bronx, where I'm standing, are scrambling to hold events where people can learn about and fill out the census. They say the Trump administration limiting the amount of time where people can fill out the census is nothing less than a power grab. At a bi-weekly food giveaway event hosted by Bronx Councilman Rafael Salamanca, the urgency is no longer around just feeding the hungry.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's making sure this community gets its rightful share of resources for the next 10 years by filling out the census.
When you look at the numbers, I think there's like a 50% compliance rate here in the Bronx. And when you look around, we are in need of federal help, of federal dollars.
It's a similar situation in many inner city communities and in New York as a whole. The national response rate to the census is around 63%. In New York, it's lower at around 58.7%. The state is at real risk of losing a representative in Congress, in addition to tens of billions in federal funding. So when the Trump administration announced the every 10-year count would no longer end in October, but 1 month earlier in September, local leaders were furious.
What this president is doing here is just horrendous, where they're taking a month away from us, which is taking away more of an opportunity for us to get counted.
The administration claims the shorter collection period is to allow more time for the results to be tabulated during the pandemic. But COVID-19 is also making it harder to go door to door, especially in larger Democratic-leaning cities, and follow up with those who didn't respond to the census by mail or online. The president has also attempted to stop undocumented immigrants from getting counted, as they've always been.
Everything that Trump is doing is disgusting. From the beginning of the census count, his main purpose was to get the least amount of people to respond, especially if those folks live in black and brown communities or immigrant communities.
Our priorities exist in those neighborhoods where we know there's new immigrants, minority communities, language barriers.
Regional Census Director Jeff Baylor says his goal is to stay above the politics. He promises his team will hit every home that hasn't been accounted for yet, once, if not twice, before the end of September.
We're going to have over 17,000 people in New York City alone out there knocking on doors. These are New York City residents who have applied for positions, who speak the language, who understand the culture.
We'll put all the information you need to know about filling out your census if you have not yet done so at pix11.com. In the South Bronx, Henry Rossoff, Pix 11 News.